So that's the letters of the Torah. The letters of the Torah have the power to wake us up. The letters of the Torah. A person is far away from Hashem. The letters of the Torah have power to wake up the Jewish soul. Says the Rebbe, therefore it's so important to teach your children, when you teach them the letters of the Torah, when you teach them to read, you have to start off with Kometz Aleph Or, the holiness of the letters. That God actually gave letters. He made a book. God himself, the creator of the universe, is creating everyone right now, actually gave us a book. And those letters, those are the letters with which God creates the world and with which we improve the world. That's what's called Ir Elokeinu, the city of God. Okay, now we're on the first word in the line is the Al Yadei. The Al Yadei, it is 10 lines, 11 lines from the top, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 lines from the top. In the middle of that line. We are now on page 356. Way in the beginning, here.
No, it's one more.
There it is, one more.
They go across to the upper.
Huh? That's it?
It's just before this page.
Here it is. So I'm going the wrong way. Yeah. There we go. He was in the right place. Okay, good. Here. That was the page you were on. Yep. That's right. Al Yadei, here. Al Yadei. The Al Yadei, that by means of Shem Elokim Nireh Gedolos Shem Havaya, that by means of the name Elokim is plural, and those Elokim, that's the power, that's the tool. Those are the letters of the Torah that God uses to create the world constantly, the universe. By means of this, we can see not just the power of creation, but the Creator himself. You can see the greatness of the Creator himself. People used to go to the Holy Temple, they used to feel it. What do you mean? What does that mean? It means that you would feel this power that's creating you, that's giving you responsibility, and helping you to do what's right. The Gadol Havaya Hu Be'inyan, this is the greatness of Hashem. It says, when is God great? When he's in the city of God. Ma shekatuv ma rabu ma'asecha Hashem. You want to see the greatness of God? Look at all the creations that God made. How many blades of grass there are. How many bugs there are. How many stars there are. How many atoms. Now we have microscopes and subatomic particles. The tremendous number of creations. Each snowflake is different. Each atom is different. I imagine to myself that each subatomic particle is different. If for no other reason, then they're in different places, if there's such a thing. I don't know anything about masons and submasons and co-masons. You ever learn that stuff? Physics, huh? Not Freemasons. The Inyan of Riboy. This is that subatomic particles has been going on for what? For 100 years already, something like that, right? Long time. No, I mean they exist. I mean they've been aware of such things, right? Such things, and they have these super whatever it is, telescopes that can see these nebulae and these whatever it is in the outer worlds with billions and billions of stars, and each one has their own solar systems and whatever they're called. How many creations God makes? So on one hand, you can say, well, this is a pretty much a clear proof that there's no such thing as God, because why would God make so many blades of grass and so many trees and so many? It's just ridiculous. Obviously, it's just nature. You know, if there is such a thing as God, so he made the first seed a long time ago. Let's go according to the biblical narrative. Huh? Yeah, the biblical narrative is that God created all the trees, Tachya, Ora, Desha, Asaph. He made in the beginning, and then made the laws, and then everything just coasted along according to the laws. That's what you certainly could say. But the Baal Shem, huh?
That he made like for the blades of grass, he made one blade of grass and then
Right? That's pretty logical. I mean, it's pretty reasonable. You know, but the Baal Shem Tov came and revealed that it's not so. The Baal Shem, that doesn't take any faith. That's just sort of logic. You know, we just have to have faith that God was the one who did it. Whenever it was, 20 billion years ago or 5,000 years, whenever it was. The Baal Shem Tov came and said, no, Jewish faith is that God is creating everything constantly and that everything has a purpose. And that also things that happen, interactions. Every bug that eats every blade of grass, every horse that steps on a certain stone, it's all with divine intervention. Why would God do a thing like that? The answer is that God is not like us. When you think of a thing like that, you start to realize why that God, I mean, if really God wouldn't do that, then God wouldn't create me either. Why would he create me? You know how complicated a human being is? Huh? I don't understand. Say it again.
We think simply.
Right, we think simply. We can't comprehend comprehension. Where do we get our power of understanding from? So of course there are scientists that definitely have answers to this. But theories, not answers, they have theories. You know, the power of survival, etc. People are social. It was something nature, it happened to nature. They're just chance. You know, that's how it came out. That's why we have a thing called faith, emunah. Faith means going above understanding or even against understanding. That's Jewish faith, right? And it makes the whole world crazy. It makes the whole world crazy. But in the end, that craziness that it makes the world is going to be positive. People are going to say, hey, you know, God is creating me. I have an obligation to the Creator. The inyan riboy, this whole idea of multitude. First word in line is maaseh. This idea of how many things God makes. Zeu nimshach mishem Elokim. This all comes from the name Elokim. Let's take a 2-minute break.